Yeah.
Man, those intros are so fast. I can't even finish typing my. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Silverline's Wednesday Wham.
Bam.
This December the 17th, 2025. I hope everyone is well. No, I am not your usual host. I am not Barb, nor am I Kaz, nor am I John Medic. I'm Roland, and I'm filling in for all of those hosts tonight. And we've almost got an all substitute cast. Only, let's put Rob in the middle. Only Rob Davis is the regular here. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Wham.
That's right. And Rob and I are joined by Mr. David Rios.
Hello.
You just did this last night, didn't you, Dave?
Yeah, I did the Tuesday, and our topic was Santa Claus in comics.
Well, it's going to be similar. I think maybe tonight, but a little bit different. Before we get there, anybody have any news? Any news? Yes, no. I've got to look at my calendar to see if I have any news. I don't think I have any news. We've got a crowdfunder going to launch January the 4th, which will be for Cray. So
that's pretty quick.
That's
news.
A couple weeks away. But yeah, it's going to launch then. So we're trying to spread that. I mean, it's Christmas time, so you got your shopping all done?
I ordered my last thing earlier today.
Nice.
Usually I have it done before Thanksgiving, but this year I was Scrooge. I was in a Scroogey mood until just recently. So
wow.
Yeah.
We usually do ours right around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All right.
Our thing is that because our families are across the country and have other families they have to visit. In fact, my daughter and her husband fly to New Hampshire for Christmas, which I think is kind of crazy. Going to New Hampshire in the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's where they are. So they're not going to come over for Christmas. And my son, who lives nearby, he goes to his in-laws. So we're the ones who go, okay, we'll have ours later. Well, ours is going to be January 11th. So
wow.
when everyone can, that's the first time everybody can be there. So that's when we're going to have it. So I can order stuff late and it come after Christmas. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
So
we usually get it. Well, I saw a really interesting post on one of the social medias. There's so many social medias now. I can't keep up with them all, but it said, your package won't be late if you shop local. They were talking about, Amazon shipping, people talking about, oh, my package is late. It's like, hey, if you shop local, your package won't be late.
Yeah, if it's a gift you can get locally, get it locally, because you're supporting the sales tax that you abhor pays for all the services that you get from your city or county or state or wherever you live.
Like smooth roads.
Now Missouri has a use tax. I don't know about Florida. But,
because we don't have any personal income tax, so we got all kind of tax.
And Missouri is talking about trying to get rid of that. I don't know how, but they're going to try. So yeah.
Well, for us mostly, the House of Mouse pays for it all. I mean, tourism
we don't have that.
No. We've got so many.
Our biggest thing right now, I think, is the Kansas City Chiefs. And they haven't been doing too well lately, and they probably are not going to make the Super Bowl this year. So, which is, for me, not being a sports fan, why I even know this. But I do. So because it permeates all of Missouri.
Yeah.
We get taxes on everything. We get it coming. We get it going. We get it holding in the bank. We get it everywhere in California.
Yeah, I heard that you guys are trying to get it now. Tax if you move out.
That
Moving
I
out
don't
of the
know,
state,
but it wouldn't. But it wouldn't surprise me.
I read that online somewhere that California was trying to pass
and
a
out
out
the door tax, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
Well, we're
I
kind of
think
worried.
Florida needs to charge an in the door tax. Like, slow down, people.
Well, I know that we just had a big thing where the city I'm in, they just voted in redistricting, and the
Ooh.
city I'm in could be potentially going from Ventura County to LA County,
Really?
which means that we're probably going to be seeing the tax increase, which would be going from 7.5 to 9.75.
Oh my gosh.
So that's
well, don't feel too bad. Kansas City, when I sell at the Kansas City convention up there, it's 10.8 something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it one of the convention centers that comes around and has a lady with a clipboard and says, do your taxes? Do your taxes?
No, but
Have you ever been to one of those kind of shows?
Oh, yes. I was one
Oh, yeah.
one in Kansas, and this person, this very, very laid back, just kind of came up with a clipboard, and he goes, have you signed up for taxes to pay your taxes in Kansas? And I went, I come to one thing in the state one time a year, and you're hitting me up for taxes. It's probably going to be $10.
Yeah,
that's more than that's less
you're
than
like,
they spent on you. The less than you standing in front of my table. You standing in front of my table costs more than the $10.
You're like, I spent that on gas, on hotels, on food.
Yeah. And so in Missouri, I was required to get a state tax license, which I have had for a number of years now, and I have to report quarterly on how much I sell and in what locations. Now I have a couple of different places I go, and plus where I live. If I sell anything from here, which I do,
right,
then I've got to pay taxes locally too. So I've got at least 3 different tax rates I have to keep track of. So
that's just crazy.
we're joined. It's not that much money, so
yeah.
But
we are joined by Ghost John.
Hey y'all, how you doing?
Good. How about you, John?
I'm hanging in there, trying to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of, and I look absolutely unpresentable right now. So I shall do all of our listeners, well, not listeners, but
me too. That's why I put the hat on to cover up all the.
John, you want me to edit your headline? It says "Sniper and Rule."
Dude, I totally rule. It makes sense.
I got you. I fixed it for
I
you.
guess I just totally ruled with that joke, didn't I? I got a million of them. It's all the pink.
Yeah, John, we're talking about taxes and conventions and any news
silliness
on the medic front.
What part?
Any?
We're not having a baby. We can't do that because
no babies. Okay, all right.
No. We had hoped, even though we were old, but unfortunately, the stroke of 2023 would have made it very, very bad for her to even try. Being 44, her 44. I was 49. That's tough enough. But yeah, with the stroke, the doctor said no. Amy's daughter, my stepdaughter, is graduating this weekend.
All right.
So that's pretty awesome. My son just finished all of his requirements for his associate's degree as of last week. He's still working through today as a student worker. He's taking one class at the community college he's been at next semester. So he'll continue working there, but he'll also be taking classes at a more local community college because he wants to go into their culinary program.
All right.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
I'm still unemployed. So, Roland, give me money.
You got to have money to give money.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
So true. So true.
I was going to get out my lottery ticket, but I already put it on the shelf downstairs. So,
you know,
Powerball.
everything happens for a reason, and
Yep.
positions come and go. And I actually had a good run with having like a 3-level interview with one of the local schools. Unfortunately, I wasn't the finalist of the candidate, but making it, to that final level, of top 3 was really encouraging.
Yeah.
I never mentioned this to anybody over there because I didn't want it, to affect anything. But I got the call saying that they were taking me to the 3rd interview, which was the face-to-face. I got the call literally the day after I found my mom dead.
Oh man.
And then the actual 3rd interview was the day after the funeral.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I was
But,
definitely not on my A game, but I thought I was at least on my like B+ game. But
would you, John, that's the kind of thing you actually should mention in an interview because they need to know what your state, because you got an interview, right? But they need to know what your state of mind is. And the other thing is, hey, listen, these terrible things have happened to me, but I'm still going through with my interview. You just need to know where my state of mind is.
Right.
You're right. I mean, you are absolutely right. I just didn't know. I
usually am, John.
I didn't know how to do that without looking like a pick-me or one of those.
Yeah, I hear you. But
and they had like
mentioned it as fact.
What's that?
Yeah,
you just mentioned it as fact.
Yeah, they had multiple candidates interviewing with open forums and everything too. So I'm like, it wasn't just like a one-on-one interview.
Ooh,
okay,
yeah. One was
that's a little different. That's a little
it is different.
I went with I side on the air of caution, and stayed completely professional, and everything will work out.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it, boss.
Absolutely. Well, your Silverline family loves you, man.
Oh my god. You know what? Actually, so Roland, since I'm at my mom's house, right? I wanted to take a picture of my bedroom. However, you don't want to see what they did to it. But I have still up in my old bedroom here, 11x17 blow up pictures of Silverstorm covers.
Yeah.
Wall from like when I was living here 20-some years ago.
Right.
So I was like, I should send this to Roland. I was like, no, place in the mess.
That's cool.
But
I know somebody else who might be interested in seeing those.
Who that?
Right there in the corner.
Yeah, David. I'm working on the coloring those.
Yep.
The remake stuff. So
soon.
Very cool.
Yep. So, well, all right. So let's get on to the topic for tonight. So the topic for tonight is Christmas comics. And now, before we get there, I want to spend a little bit of time kind of talking about Christmas other medium, right? So, for instance, if we say Christmas movies, Rob, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know why. Because as soon as you said that, that's the first thing that popped into my head. Die Hard. Even though there's a big brouhaha about
and
whether
maybe that's
it is
why.
even a Christmas movie or not.
Yeah.
But it's set at Christmas time, and Christmas is mentioned several times in it. So
they're at a Christmas party. Come on.
Party. Now the next one that comes to mind is It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life, yeah.
Which is that
classic.
On TV when I was a kid. It played on every station.
They had TV
because it's public domain.
Yes.
And anybody can play it.
Ooh.
I could play it. I could play it publicly somewhere and even charge people and get away with it because it's public domain.
But I never thought of that. That makes sense. That's why I see that so often on so many channels.
And they could chop it up. They could chop it up any way they wanted to because no one owned it.
Yeah.
But fortunately, people have come along and put together really good copies of it, so we get to see the whole thing. But I know there's times when I was a kid that I watched it. I'm going, wait. When I watched it on the other channel last week, this scene was in there, but it's not here in this one. So I'm going, oh, that's when I started figuring out that they were cutting stuff out of it.
I didn't realize that they were doing that. That's a shame. They shouldn't do that. It's such a good movie.
Well, it flopped at the box office when it first came out.
I do
and They neglected to put to register the copyright to re-register it when it came due. So it fell into public domain because they didn't care.
Yeah.
And now look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a classic.
It's huge. Yeah, it's a classic now.
Dave, what about you? If I say Christmas movies, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Well, the first one obviously is Die Hard. I was thinking that as you were leading into it. I'm like, because I literally just saw a thing where had Bruce Willis' face going, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. So that would be the first one. The second one that I always think about Christmas is A Christmas Story.
Yeah,
I love that movie. I love that, and it was another one where they were saying that it originally kind of flopped. It wasn't really that big of a success, but I think it was when TNT ended up deciding to do a 24-hour marathon of the same movie looping over. I mean, it's just built up, a fan base over time.
Well, do you think maybe these things become cult movies kind of after a while because maybe they don't do so well at the beginning, and then later on people are like, yeah, I remember seeing that movie, and they get popular?
Yeah, it happens a lot with, not just these Christmas movies, but
right.
A lot of you think of some of the movies that just become cult classics, like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, there's a lot of things that they launch and you're like, and then all of a sudden they become huge.
Am I the only one that saw it when it was running live in the theaters way back when?
What?
I did not.
Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
Of everyone here, I didn't see it when
You didn't see it
first. Run.
I did.
No,
I did.
I think I saw it when I was in college at a midnight showing. That's the first time I saw it.
I must have been, 17, I guess. I don't remember exactly how old. Maybe even 16. I don't remember. Probably 17. But my buddy had seen it, and he goes, "Man, I saw the weirdest movie this past weekend." He goes, "You gotta come with me." And I said, okay. So we went on Friday night. It was a Friday night midnight movie. That's what it was. And he was not. And we're standing in line, and people are dressed up, and I'm like, what the heck? Right? And of course, if you've seen Rocky Horror, they start talking to it immediately, right? The movie
and throwing
starts
stuff at the screen
and throwing stuff at the screen. And of course, I'm sitting there going, what the heck are these people doing? And needless to say, we went back the next week and the next week and the next week.
Well, it was a different experience every time, though, wasn't it?
It was.
I think that's part of the allure, is that it's the same over and over again. Now, that's not a Christmas movie, though.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you one thing relating to that, though, is I actually I had some friends that were up in Northern California at school, college school. We went up to visit them, and they had a holiday party, and it was Rocky Horror Picture themed.
Really?
So it actually was a holiday.
What they serve for a meal? Meatloaf?
I don't remember what they served, but I know there was a lot of music.
That's a joke, Dave. Have you not seen Rocky Horror?
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Meatloaf
not.
Meatloaf, the singer, is in it.
Yeah,
that's
Meatloaf.
That's one of the lines when he comes on, and he gets eaten or something.
He does. They chop him up
and they're going, "Meatloaf for dinner."
but it was just the whole theme, and they people were dressed, it just was really kind of interesting thing. So
it's an eye opener.
It's almost like the original cosplayers,
Yeah.
Because I had never seen anyone dressing up for a convention before I saw them dressing up for Rocky Horror Picture Show. John, what about you? If we say Christmas movie, what comes to mind?
So my name being John Medic III, I will be the third one to say Die Hard. And Rob and I kind of are bouncing on that same theme. He had said maybe his was because it has so much controversy. Mine is because it does have controversy. I am one that will get into like verbal entanglements at the drop of a hat. I will be happy to argue any side of an argument, just to be contrarian. So yeah, Die Hard. That's why that's number. No, yes, me, and I can argue with you why. But if I'm thinking about like I want to sit down and watch a Christmas movie, it's Gremlins.
Gremlins, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that what's set at Christmas? I haven't seen that.
It is.
Gosh.
Remember,
Since the 80s.
Mrs. Deagle next door wanted to get Billy's dog because he broke her snowman. She came marching into the bank with the head.
I remember so little about that movie because it came out in the 70s. Didn't it come out in the 70s?
No, that was mid 80s.
It's 80s, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Probably,
I was going to say, if it came out in the
84,
70s, it wouldn't
85?
surprise me if I don't remember.
Sounds about right. Yeah,
But
84, 85.
But
wasn't the idea for Gizmo basically kind of a Christmas present for his son because he was doing traveling at that time?
Yep. The father was a traveling salesman building his own stuff. He came out with like his Peltzer Pal, I think is what he called it, where it was a toothbrush and a razor with the shaving cream and the toothpaste. And yeah, he was looking for a unique present, and the gentleman didn't want to sell him the Mogwai, so he actually wound up having the guy's nephew or grandson like smuggle Gizmo out and sell it to him, and hijinks ensued. And then the gentleman came back to recollect him at the end.
No. I don't think John's ever seen this before. I think he's making this stuff up.
And the only time that Gizmo speaks at all in the movie is at the end when he's like, "Bye, Billy," at the very, very end. So, but I probably have not seen it in a good 15 years.
Oh my gosh.
I probably do.
It's been since the 80s since I've seen it. Because
Same
I
here,
remember
Well,
did
you
I
can.
very
did I mention
little of the movie.
Phoebe Cates in it?
Yeah. I forgot.
I remember her.
Yeah, I do too.
So yeah, so just in case I forget to mention, it has Phoebe Cates in it.
Well, the
which is always a good
for
reason to
me.
watch it.
Why yes it is. Yeah.
Well, the good news is you can go out and buy a Lego buildable Gizmo now if you really wanted to. With the,
Can you buy a
3D
Lego
glasses.
buildable Phoebe Cates?
Well, you can get all the parts.
Not from the Lego store. Maybe from adult fans of Lego or something.
yeah, you can probably buy parts to make your own. Yeah.
So is that like adultfriendsoflego.com or something? What is this thing I've never heard of and not sure I ever want to? Yeah.
I just see these, in Facebook, some of the suggests, because I'm on a lot of the Lego groups, and some of them are like for adult Legos, and they're like, these people have this. These people want. Why are they thinking of Legos in that way? But
The Bow Chickie Bow Wow Lego line.
well, there is actually a thing called AFOL, Adult Fans of Lego, that are adults that build Lego and customize and do that. But then there's also these subgroups of like the twisted people that go and
the triple X adult.
the really
fans
adult
of Lego.
Embla of Legoland. Yeah.
All right, so for me, I think one of the first ones that comes to mind for me is because we watch it every Christmas is the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. That's just kind of a regular Christmas watching movie, but also It's a Wonderful Life. Agent Cub, I see you. I'll get to you in a minute. That's what I think of. But then there's so many others we didn't mention, y'all. I mean, we could probably run through a whole list.
Number 3 on my list is White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye.
Yeah,
which is the only movie musical that makes sense, because when they break out into song, they're all musical people.
Yeah,
you go, you see these other movie musicals, and these people from everyday life just start singing in the middle of
lip syncing.
And so you go, that's weird. But these people were actually singers and entertainers, so them breaking into song made sense.
Well, a good thing a thing I always remember, was always the Rankin and Bass.
Oh, those are wonderful
specials.
Yeah, I love those. Yeah. That's
Thundercats.
You talk about the musicals. I'm not a big fan of musicals. My daughter loves them, and the thing about it is she finds the one she likes, and I start to sit there and watch it with her, and then I just start laughing because what Rob said, there's these just regular people. They're just going about doing their regular things. I'm washing my clothes, and I'm like, why are you singing about that? It's like it's just silly.
I'm gonna
Most of
wash
it's just
that
silly.
man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash
Oh
that
my God,
man
that took me
right
back to
out
the
of my hair.
70s.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I have a hard time with
I'm right there with you, Roland. My wife and my daughter are, show tunes and just all the stuff. They had to go see, Wicked together, everything, all of that stuff. They love, that.
Yeah,
That's
there's plenty to love. I mean, some of them I really
some
like.
of them are good.
Even though you go, that's silly that they're breaking this song, but you know what? That's a really good song.
Yeah.
So,
was it Rock of Ages with Tom Cruise?
Oh, I need to see that. I haven't seen that.
It's supposed to be really good. I haven't seen it. My wife has. She loves it.
See, I saw Wicked because my wife and I just a couple months ago, we're like, hey, let's see, because my daughter loves it, right? So we said, let's see it because the second movie's getting ready to come out. Neither one of us liked it. We just halfway through the movie, we're going, what in the world is going on here? This is terrible. It was bad. It was just bad. But yeah, so needless to say, when the second movie came out, we didn't even bother. We're like, nah.
Well, I mean, there was, what's the Hugh Jackman movie?
Vive la France.
Les Miserables?
No.
Yeah, Les Miserables.
No,
yeah.
the other, the Greatest Showman.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome. That was awesome.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
You didn't like it at all?
I laughed my way through. Oh, I did not. I didn't. I
haven't seen it yet, so
yeah.
I've heard good things.
I mean, I like
bad
you.
Things about it. So
I mean, I like Hugh Jackman, right? That's not what I'm saying. It's just that, the movie itself just made me go, "Oh my gosh!"
Well, I guess it's kind of weird to wrap your head around the fact that's Wolverine.
Wolverine singing, yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah, but he did.
Oh, he's incredible.
He's incredible. His voice is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Those talented Canadians.
He's not Canadian,
All right, so
Wolverine's Canadian, and Canadians and Australians come from the same place, so they're pretty connected.
So do we.
So let's shift gears a little bit. All right. Yeah. So what about those are movies? What about music? Right. I'll go the other way this time. John, when I say Christmas music, what's the first one or two that come to mind?
I am so glad that you asked, because my favorite vocalist of all time, Kylie Minogue, just put out a new version of Kylie Christmas. It just came out on the 2nd. It's available as a digital download with a special track, which is an Amazon exclusive.
That's not a song. That's a performer.
Oh, well, actually, no. She's got a whole Christmas album, and it's kind of cool because she does classic stuff, and she's also done new stuff, too.
Can you name one?
Actually, okay, so the new one that's kind of like the hit, it's called Xmas. Okay. And that's the Amazon exclusive. And she's kind of got the hand movements similar to a YMCA. So it sounds very Chapel Roan, like Hot to Go type of bop to it. It's been fun. It's hitting the charts.
Okay.
Oh my!
That's not exactly
sirens outside.
That's not exactly where I was going with the question. Dave, what about you? When you hear someone says, "Hey, Christmas music," what's the first one or two things you think of?
Well, I used to work in Toys R Us, and they used to blast Christmas music on repeat, so I got kind of tired of it. Mm-hmm. But one of the ones that I really enjoyed was Winter Wonderland by the Eurythmics, Annie Lennox.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think she just nailed that. So if I had to say a song, that I would probably.
And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that on the Billboard Christmas album? Billboard did a couple Christmas albums.
Maybe, but I never picked them up because I was.
Because you're like,
I don't remember that. That's quite possible.
I was wondering if somebody was going to mention this one. Agent Cub, what's up, Agent Cub? Thanks for hanging with us, man. He says Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You." That's. I mean, I would argue that a lot of people, when you hear, "Hey, Christmas music," that's the first thing they think of. because I've seen you guys have probably seen them too. So many memes of it's not Christmas until Mariah Carey sings.
I've seen the memes about like Christmas is over, now she's returning to the ocean until next December, and she's walking into the water.
That song alone has made her rich.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It's a great song.
I would agree. It's a great song. I like it, in fact.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard anybody. I've heard a couple of people cover it that aren't as good. But I heard one the other day, and I wish I could remember who it was that did a just superb cover of it.
Yeah.
Well,
So
the other
it can be done.
Other Christmas song I think of off the bat is "It Was December 24th" from Die Hard.
Oh,
that is another one I think of. Don't you have any Christmas music?
Yeah. Rob, what about you? Christmas music?
Well, my favorite is the Christmas song. The chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is
that what the name of that one is? The Christmas song?
It's the Christmas song. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but and I always have to sing that opening line.
Yeah, because no one knows it.
No one knows what the name of it is, but it's chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Yeah.
That's called the Christmas song, and it was written by Mel Torme, and he co-wrote it with another guy. I can't remember his name, but Mel Torme does a very. There's a reason he's called the Velvet Fog. He's got this wonderful high baritone voice.
Yeah,
and I feel Christmas after I've heard it. I feel like I feel like it's Christmas. But Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" is number 2 on my list.
Yeah,
I really like that song.
So mine is a little different, probably. And I remember one of my favorite Christmas songs is Weird Al Yankovic. It's Christmas at Ground Zero.
I was singing that to Amy the other day. She was not amused.
And I remember one of the first times, I think it was Jessica, Brett's wife, who was a girlfriend at the time, traveled with us to Arkansas, and we listened to my Christmas music list, and that one came on, and of course my kids both know all the words from that song, and she looked at my son and said, "Y'all have a weird Christmas music list."
Hey, Roland, could I give you another one?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. So talking about, weird, have you ever heard Twisted Sisters, A Twisted Christmas?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's on it's on my playlist on
Oh, Come All Ye Faithful to the beat of We're Not Going to Take It is perfect.
Yeah.
Rob, check it out. Like everybody else who's watching us or listening to us, you need to check that out. It is perfectly aligned.
Now, as a reminder, folks, Silverline actually did a couple years ago. If you go to Spotify, you can, I don't have it open here, but you can find Silverline's favorite Christmas song, something like that. We also have Silverline's worst Christmas songs that we did. All right, so I set you guys up with all this, right? So the idea was that when you think of a Christmas movie, right, these are movies that you think of in the Christmas season. And while you could theoretically watch them anytime, we kind of only watch them at Christmas. Christmas music, right? The same thing is like you could really listen to Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You" any time of the year, but we don't. We tend to listen to it at Christmas. So
it's a rule at my house: no Christmas music till after Thanksgiving.
Oh my goodness!
No,
my daughter would.
You can't even hum it.
My daughter would not be. She's Christmasing all year long.
Okay. She can't do that in my house.
So my question to you is this: what about comic books? Do we have Christmas comics?
Oh, yeah.
Dave says, "Oh yeah." All right, Dave. You say, "Oh yeah." Start us off. What is it? What do you got?
I'm the shock one. My Christmas comic that I remember more than anything else I talked about last night is Lobo's Paramilitary Christmas Special.
Lobo's, I gotta Google that one. Lobo's, I never even heard of it. Lobo.
That was in the 90s.
Uh-huh.
paramilitary. Right.
It's part of the. I think Simon Bisley did the artwork for it.
Oh my!
It's basically the premise is the Easter Bunny hires Lobo to take out Santa Claus because Santa Claus is taking over the market of the holiday season. And Santa Claus is not your jolly whatever. Santa Claus looks like an old, very heavy, fat biker with, just stomach hanging out, and the elves are packing and all this stuff. It's your typical Lobo.
Crazy, yeah. Oh my!
Yeah.
I think I have that.
Oh my goodness!
I think that's in my collection.
That is
somewhere.
the thing that stands out every year with me as the Christmas comic.
Lobo's Paramilitary Christmas Special.
And the little warning down here says contains bad taste in the form of ultraviolence, something bashing, loan bashing, icon bashing, and the finger. More offensive than Christmas usually is.
See, John knew it right away. He remembered that.
Yeah, I was working in the comic stores at that time, and yeah, I definitely remember that one. I'm putting that one out on the rack. Good times.
Yeah, I don't recall this one at all. Yeah, that's a great one. What? Anybody else? I got a show and tell here. You guys probably
okay.
Hold on here.
Yeah.
You guys probably remember these, huh?
Oh yes, I do remember that. Yes.
Yeah. So
I don't think I owned
Roland
it, but I
and
remember
his treasury edition. He is got.
Here is the problem with this one. I think this is called the Giant Superhero Holiday Grab Bag, right? It's not really. I mean, it opens up and we see the Fantastic Four throwing snowballs, right? But then if you go through this, that's not the comic, right? Because it's a Spider-Man story, right? And it's not Christmas at all. And then the next story in it is from the Avengers. Even an android can cry, right? Like what, 57, 58, something like that, right?
So they aren't actual Christmas stories.
So that's a reprint?
It contains 4 reprints, but they're not Christmas stories, right?
Yeah. So it's a Christmas grab bag. So it's just So they're gifting you these stories.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, it's as a kid, I loved it because they were stories that I didn't have,
and they're treasury size, right?
And they're huge. Yeah. I mean, look at this, right? So
they're original art size. Yeah.
Now, before I let anyone else go, I must say I'm incredibly proud of this puppy.
Yeah.
Right. So this was for those of you who can't see, this is a trade paper, right? It had 16 stories in here. And all of them, I will say this, all of them were Christmas related. They all had something to do about Christmas. Oh, look at this. We've got a late joiner. Hey, Mr. Thomas Formonte.
Flyby.
Come on. No, it's a drive-by, usually.
Yeah. You look like you might be at home.
I am. No, I've got Christmas. This is my real trees back here.
You're in the North Pole?
Yeah.
Well, Tommy, just in time, we're talking about comic books. Now, the Christmas comics. Now, the one thing I really like about this one is that there's 16 stories in here, and all of them, every single one of them, are holiday related. They have. I mean, you can even see right here's a Teen Beetle with Santa Claus right here. Teen Beetle's helping out Santa Claus. The cat and mouse story. I remember they had a bunch of kids beating up the local Santas, and you see here's a Santa ringing a bell here.
Yeah.
Right? So
I think that I've got 2 stories in there. I think.
I don't know.
I do.
But the thing I like about this one again is that they're all Christmas related.
They're truly Christmas stories. Yeah.
Well,
they're set at Christmas time.
That was one of the ones that I was actually talking with you before, Roland, about. Well, remember when you came out with the comic I think issue 2 is out now, but then you had
This
the
one.
original comic.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah.
Came out last Christmas.
Yeah,
last
right?
Christmas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I was trying to explain to you on the ones when I got that first one, I thought it was the ones that had all the other ones, and when I had done, I was trying to pick out another book because I did back one of the campaigns, and I was trying to figure out what the book was that had the other ones. It was actually the trade that cleared it up, but I couldn't explain that to you. So when you sent it, I basically got a second copy of the other one. So.
So we did the trade. The trade was crowdfunded, and it has 16 stories. And then we took 3 of those stories and put them in issue number 1, and we took 3 of the stories and now they're in issue number 2. And so it leaves us with more stories. There are a couple of stories in here now that are what's the very nice way to say it? Are unusable. For various reasons. So I'm probably after Christmas going to talk to you guys about maybe getting up another couple of Christmas stories for the next issue.
Well, I remember
I
one thing.
I want to do this yearly.
I remember. Well, that's the joke I was fixing to tell. I remember the one thing that you said about putting that book together.
Oh, the big one.
Never do it again. That's what you said.
Well, with all those stories in it, I think is what
you
meant.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, trying to get everybody to get it all. Yeah,
that was the nightmare before Christmas.
That was
like herding cats, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh!
But doing 3 could
there
be
were
easier.
16 stories. Yeah, three wouldn't be hard, but there were 16 stories in this thing, man.
Yeah.
16. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Roland, do you remember the boo-boo I made?
Which one?
With the big one. I misread.
John made a boo-boo.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I misread the email from Roland. And so he asked me, and this was like totally an honor, but I misread it. He had asked me to do a Silverstorm story. And I'm like, but I read it quickly, and I thought he said a Silverline story. So I wrote a story that incorporated all of the current Silverline comics being produced at that point, and with different tangent points on the night of Christmas. Happily submitted it. I was like, I did good on this. And then Roland's like, that's not a Silverstorm story. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Well, I read the email closely. I was like, oh crap, I'll get it done.
So do you remember the second boo-boo?
No.
Okay, so they're all 6 pages.
Oh, yeah, I don't write 6 pages.
John submitted like a 7-page story or something like that. Or I said, John, no, you can't do this, man. I said, here's the deal: 6 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. They line up perfectly. And I said, no, you can't do 7 pages. But I want to do 7 pages. You gotta do 6. You gotta do 6. Okay.
But I can
chop something out.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was an amazingly awesome experience.
Yeah,
it was an honor.
This is still. I will say this. This is still one of the things that Silverline has done, and I'm proud of all of them. But this is one of the things I look at and go, we did a really nice job with this thing, because everybody just turned in, fantastic stories. And I've told him, but one of my probably one of my favorite stories in here is Ron's story from Satin's Ways. Just a fantastic story. But anyway, so let me run through some of these comments here. They're all from Agent Cub. Let's see here.
Wow, there's a lot.
Yeah, he says A Christmas Story is my favorite Christmas movie. And talk about Mariah Carey. He said her goal was to make a legendary Christmas song that everyone would remember, and she accomplished it. Yeah. And he says, when I was a kid, I would create a Christmas comic every year. That's cool. That's very cool. Hang on, Rob. Spectacular Spider-Man 112. Yeah, that's art. I recognize that art. Was my favorite Christmas comic. And then he says, but seriously, all I want for Christmas is Amazing Spider-Man 129. Put that up there again, Rob. Yeah, so that's a page from the Divinity Christmas story.
Yeah, and that's Barb by the pool with the floating Santa.
That's fantastic. And a Santa Claus floaty.
Yep, a Santa Claus floaty. Yep, I've still got all that art here. So yeah,
so
there it is. Yep.
What else? What other Christmas comics can we think of?
Can I give you a story without the actual comic? Because I'm not sure which comic it was in.
Yeah, we'll try to guess it, and maybe the chat will pitch in and try to guess.
Yeah.
So I know it was usually a short story. It was usually, like a shorter. It's usually an anthology, but every year, Spider-Man and Human Torch would get together and exchange presents. And
yeah.
I don't remember if they met on the Statue of Liberty or something, but they had a specific place that they met. And
usually the Statue of Liberty.
And anybody who knows me in that period of time knows that the one true and only Spider-Man is the one that came back in the 90s named Ben Reilly, that Marvel has done dirty by. And our wonderful friend Stephen Butler had been drawing, and I love Scarlet Spider, and I love when he became Spidey again. And it was that Christmas where the Ben Reilly Spider-Man went to meet the Torch, and it would be like the first time in years because he had been in self-imposed exile, and Torch immediately picked up right away. He's like, "You're a different guy. You're not Peter." He's like, "Well, I kind of am." And it was just really cool how, Ben, who is trying to take over the identity again, had a point of contact again from his own past.
Yeah.
I thought that was just really wonderful storytelling and weaving it into the ongoing, yearly Peter and Johnny Storm meet. I just thought
I think that was in Team Up or something like that.
Was it? Because I was going to initially say that until he mentioned Ben Reilly, because I want to say Team Up was probably canceled before.
Oh yeah,
I think
it was probably in one of those Marvel holiday specials, like that Art Adams was doing covers for, because those had a whole bunch of shorts. You know what? Let me see if I could Google it and find it while we're at it.
Yeah.
So John, since you're such a huge Ben Reilly, what are your thoughts of the live-action Spider-Man Noir being Ben Reilly, not Peter Parker?
You mean Across the Spider-Verse?
No, the live-action one that they're looking at doing for what is it? The
Sony.
Okay.
Sony does it.
Upcoming Spider-Man Noir series for Prime Video. Where Nicolas Cage will be playing Ben Reilly.
Is Nora actually supposed to be Ben Reilly?
I think he's normally Peter Parker or a variation on Peter Parker, but supposedly this is supposed to be Ben Reilly. He's playing Ben Reilly, not Peter. So,
that's interesting.
Okay, so I didn't know about that one.
I hadn't heard about that either.
I just heard about it, and I looked it up real quick.
I heard about that they were going to do it, but I didn't know that detail.
And I know, and it's perfect that Tommy's here because Tommy knows my absolute loathing for him. Not Tommy, but who I'm about to talk about. Of course,
clarify that.
Spider-Man Noir was voiced by Nicolas Cage.
That's your favorite, Nick.
I hate Nick Cage, and he will be playing him in that. But yeah, it's fun. But so check this. I googled.
I think you guys are related, aren't you?
And it even says here interactions with Human Torch. The Human Torch and Peter Parker had an established, albeit often antagonistic, competitive friendship. During Ben's time as Spider-Man, he met Johnny Storm, who quickly noted that this new Spider-Man was different. Blah, blah, blah. Christmas morning tradition. Ben learned that Peter and Johnny had a tradition of meeting at the Statue of Liberty on Christmas morning. Ben went in Peter's place one year and received a Fantastic Four communicator from Johnny as a gift, a sign of their developing bond. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I don't have one of those. I need one of those sound effects. Yeah. Oh. So our pal Tom Mason, how do I get this back up there? There we go. Our pal Tom Mason sent a handful of images. Of course, we kind of already talked about this one a little bit, right? The holiday grab bags. He said this Batman and Robin one. It's got Batman here has a Santa beard and it looks like a bag of toys. Anybody know anything about this one?
No.
No, I don't either.
Oh my.
I don't either. But the titles here, if you can't read them, it says Batman's Christmas Present, Silent Night, Deadly Night, plus Batman and Robin of Christmas Past, the loneliest men in the world. Yeah, I wish Tom was here to explain them. Oh, here's one. DC Comics did Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's probably a reprint, but yeah.
I'm gonna guess that. Here's one. DC did Sugar and Spike. It looks like they're catching somebody put on a Santa suit. Another Sugar and Spike.
Fake Santa Claus.
The text says, "Think hard. Let's figure out what we did to deserve all this so we can do it again tomorrow." And it's called a Christmas issue up here, right?
Yeah. Should we explain what Sugar and Spike is for those who don't know?
Yeah, you go right ahead.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Well, it's a set of twins who have created their own language. That's why their word balloons are in quotes and in kind of thought balloon looking stuff. They have their own language and that no adult understands, but they understand.
But it looks like it's in English though.
Well, that's their language translated, Tom.
Oh, okay. That's right. The Star Trek translator built into my eyes. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was kind of that's kind of the underlying conceit of the whole thing. But I liked the book way back when. I wish somebody would reprint a bunch of those.
Yeah,
DC.
I don't know that I've never even.
I don't think I've ever seen any of those.
It was a fun. It was a
Rob.
Fun
You remember seeing those at the time when they came out, kind of thing?
Yes, they ran into the. I grew up in the '60s, so
maybe
I remember seeing them on the stand.
They've got
reading them
code, so that means that they were after.
How much are they? 12 cents.
Yeah, this
10
was 10.
cents.
That was 12. Cents. That was 12. So
interesting.
Yeah.
So that would be 60s.
Yeah.
Into that, I think 12 cents even ran until the late 60s, 67, 68. And then after that, they started,
just escalating.
Inflation started really hitting them. Yeah. But I think they were 25 cents in the early 70s.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that one.
Christmas with the superhero.
I never read it, but I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
Apparently DC liked to do a lot of super Christmas stuff.
Yeah. I know a lot of these were Christmas DC things. And then here's another Marvel Treasure Edition. Cool. I always like this cover because it has them all going in. Then on the back, they're all
the back side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't own this one. I always thought the cover was cool though.
That forecasted Chris Evans' line about him having America's ass. Does it show Gabe's cat?
Oh, jeez.
And then here's another one.
Oh,
right?
Another one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I didn't realize there were that many.
Yeah.
But those the same where they're
this is the same one that I held up. Right. This is the one that I held up.
But they're not actually Christmas stories, right? They're just the stories that they give you at Christmas time, right?
Yeah, this one is not.
That's stories. Hogwash.
Yeah,
got to be a Christmas story.
So
DC seems to have done a lot more than Marvel in particular. But I mean, I'm even looking at the current stuff on the shelf. There's still a lot of things that they're putting out right now. Like the Tim had the Silent Night books, Batman books, and I know that there's some stuff with Spawn universe. There's also the Thundercats Holiday and stuff. So a lot of them are doing it now, but there are a lot of one shots or
Right.
maybe even 4 shots or 4
Well,
issues.
and that's
issues.
part of the problem with like a holiday thing is that it almost has to be a one shot because to do 4 issues, that's 4 months. So you'd have to go October, November, December, or January, or November, December, January, and Christmas is people aren't in Christmas mood in October and November.
Oh, I mean, well, God, I'm in
unless
still doing Halloween, right?
Unless they do it bi-weekly.
Yeah, that's tough though. But you're right. You're right. But even then, that's still 2 months if you do like a 4-issue story. I think most of the ones that I can think of were kind of one shots, and that's perfect because they can come out. But here's kind of back up a little bit and say, notice that we couldn't think of as many Christmas comics as we thought of Christmas movies, Christmas music, right? We could probably go on with other stuff. We couldn't think of near as many Christmas comics. Is there a reason for that? Why do y'all think that is?
Well, I think there were more of them in the 40s and 50s because the companies were doing a lot more comics. Their budgets were deeper, so they could afford to do something like that, and it sold well. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Here's the thing, though, right? You mentioned It's a Wonderful Life. What year was that?
30. No, it was 40 something because it was about the war.
Yeah.
So it'd be 44, 45.
Long time ago, right? So a lot of this Christmas music, the Christmas song that you mentioned, long time ago. Now Weird Al Yankovic is probably from the 80s.
Here's the difference. Comics have gone from having a variety of genres in them. You had Sugar and Spike.
Yeah.
You had Fox and Crow. You had all kinds of different stuff. The one that immediately comes to my mind is one done by Walt Kelly, and I'm not sure everybody even knows who he is. But he was the guy that created Pogo.
Pogo.
He worked for Disney and then worked in comics before he did Pogo in the newspaper strip. And he did a number of Christmas specials, and they were the ones that he did had anthropomorphic, the animals who could talk and walked on 2 legs. He did those kind of stories, and they were cute. They were well written, but no one knows about them anymore.
Well, I was going to say that's my question: is why don't they last? Right?
Because the whole comics industry has gone from having all of those genres in them to now being like 99% superheroes.
Yeah.
So all of that stuff has been ignored and just kind of shoved aside since then. You don't even think about that kind of stuff. Casper the Ghost.
Yeah.
People don't know
Casper the Ghost and Richie Rich.
Yeah, Richie Rich and all that
Dennis
stuff.
the Menace.
Dennis the Menace, yeah.
It was in
I got something possibly controversial to put out there, but I think that we actually kind of live in a day and age where even thinking about discussing Christmas sometimes feels controversial. And sometimes I think that they just don't want to walk into it.
Yeah.
You think?
That's a possibility, yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's possible because a lot of people don't even say, a lot of stores will say Happy Holidays now instead of Merry Christmas.
Yep. And I'm not a fan.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I say Happy Holidays, but that's at certain times of the year.
Yeah.
Because starting about just after Halloween, I start saying Happy Holidays because we've got Thanksgiving,
right?
Then Christmas, then New Year's. Now, as we get toward Christmas after say Happy Thanksgiving when we get close to that. Merry Christmas when we get close to that. Happy New Year when we get close to that. But before all that, I say Happy Holidays because they're coming.
Encapsulate them. Yeah, they're coming. That's right. Yeah, I guess I don't know. So I did a Google search, right? And here's just a lot of covers that all I said is Christmas comic books, right? And this is what
Yeah,
popped
I'm
up.
finding a
And
bunch
there
of
are a
them. I
lot
just
of
did a
them.
Google search too.
Well,
There's a
so-
ton of them.
Well, again, here's part of my question is right. We quickly came up with movies and music. Some of them old, some of them not as old. But when we think about Christmas comics, we don't come up with anything that's lasting. We don't think, oh yeah, you remember that comic from the 1960s? It was this Christmas, but we don't have any of that. Whether it's Superman or whatever. Even though, and I see here's a Batman with a Christmas tree, right? Here's a Spider-Man story. Here's Superboy. Here's another.
Apparently,
Spider-Man.
there was a Batman Noel that was based off of. Let me read it. Blah 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 blah.
Well, I think part
Crud.
of it could be too that the stories aren't all that memorable.
Yeah, Charles
They're
Dixon, a Christmas
you know.
Carol, a Batman book. That's really cool.
It's kind of silly.
Well,
But-
I like that explanation, Rob. I think. Oh, you're sideways now. I think maybe some of the stories aren't that memorable, and so
Yeah, I think that's it.
if you watch A Wonderful Life, it's memorable, right?
Mhm.
But
Well, and you see it over and over and over and over again too.
right, yeah.
So it imprints on your memory. But most of those comics were one and done, and it was forgotten.
Well,
Yeah,
you
but
also
so are the movies, so are the songs, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
but
well, but then TV came along and started. That's why It's Wonderful Life. Remember when it came out in the theater, it bombed big
Yeah.
time, and wasn't.
Yeah.
It didn't come back until it was on television and everyone could play it, and it got played over and over and
Yeah.
over and over
and
again.
part
So-
of that is the fact that you with media like TV, you don't have to focus on it. You can be cooking your holiday meal and it's playing and
You
it's
can
done
hear
and
it.
it's
No,
like,
You can hear it.
oh, just
Yeah,
start
whereas
it over again.
You got
Yeah.
to sit down. You got to sit down with a comic book and
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
give it your whole
Well-
interest.
So do you
So-
think comic publishers should reprint this Christmas content every year or make it available every year to help do that? Is that important for comics? Do we need those?
I would think it would be a good idea. I don't know that it would sell. Is the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how well it would sell. I think what it would take is someone having a very impactful Christmas story to tell, and it really hits, and then it could be repeated.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've seen that yet. At least not in one that we can find right offhand. I'm betting there were some that were done in the 40s and 50s that if we went back and found them now, they would be pretty profound stories. But they're gone. They were there and then they're gone. They don't
Yeah.
come back. So
Yeah. Tommy just sent me a list or posted
Yeah,
a list
I-
on Wednesday
I-
Wham.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, here's
to the
one
chat.
that I had forgotten. The Uncanny X-Men 143. It's part of from 1980, part of the iconic Chris Claremont and John Byrne run. Features a darker Christmas tale with Kitty Pryde battling the Ngari demon in the X-Mansion, and I remember that one.
I do
Mhm.
remember that one. Yes, I have that in my collection. Yes.
Yeah. I don't, but it's got the Lobo one, but I don't remember any of the others that are mentioned here.
I don't either.
Yeah.
It's ironic that the Lobo one stands out, at least for me.
I have seen that Lobo one a gazillion times, and I never realized that it was maybe it was a Christmassy book, and I've seen that cover. It's just because you're used to that's an iconic cover.
You weren't sure.
And I
that
never
that's-
read the type
That's what
on
was
the
really
cover.
going to be the story inside.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes they would put a provocative cover on a completely different type of story.
Right.
Oh no,
Especially with Lobo.
that is a hyper violent book.
Yeah.
The
Is
stuff
it
that you
really?
see
Wow.
happening
Well,
to
that's
elves
Lobo.
is just
That
That's
is
Lobo. Yeah. Yeah.
That's Lobo.
Yeah.
But it was, it's almost slapstick humor, really, because it just goes over the top.
I
Yeah,
kind of want to
it's-
see this
yeah.
Batman Santa Claus Silent Night thing. That's got some new art in it.
Yeah.
The X-Men one that you guys mentioned, I have not read that one, but I find that actually interesting because I remember Kitty Pryde was actually of the Jewish faith.
Mhm.
So for her to be, in the center of a Christmas story, I just think that's kind of a cool choice.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Well,
Jews celebrate Christmas too.
that
It's more secular for them, but yeah.
That was a classic run too. That Claremont Burn.
that just
was
was
Claremont and Byrne did that one.
That's what it says. It's 143.
Yeah, in my mind that said Paul Smith, but I could be
no.
I'm mixing something else.
It was a single to insert right after the Days of Future Past.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Here's the cover too. Oh, you'll recognize the cover as well. It's tiny, but
I can blow it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's in my collection.
Yeah, and it even says, look, it even says Merry Christmas right there.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guess what just came down the chimney? So.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't want that coming down my chimney.
No.
I think that was the last, either that one or 144 was the last of the Burns before. I think it went back to Cockrum right after that.
Yeah, it's been so
and
long.
then Paul
I
Smith.
can't say yay or nay.
Yeah.
I met
Paul Smith was in there and he did several really good Kitty Pryde stories. That's what made me think of that was maybe who had done that one.
I met him one time. I was
who?
Paul Smith.
Okay.
I was in line at Best Buy during Christmas, and he was right behind me, and we started talking comics and stuff. And at the time, he was designing a chessboard with characters for a chessboard. I don't know if it ever materialized or anything, but it was just kind of interesting to see him just show up in Best Buy right behind me in line. And it's like super nice guy. So
yeah. Well, this was fun, y'all. I one of the things I do want to say is that it is my intention, and you know what they say about intentions is the best laid plans of mice and men.
The road to hell is paved with them.
It is my intention that Silverline will do one of these every year. That's my plan. That's because I like Christmas. I like the Christmas season. And so I like that we're able to catch little glimpses of some of the characters that we work with and play with all the time, and in this kind of a Christmas setting. So
I kind of joked about that yesterday. We were kind of coming up with different things. One of the things I came up with is like, you get Santa Claus drag demon into begrudgingly to a small little adventure, some kind of Christmas themed or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, anybody got anything to announce happening this week before we call it a night?
No, not
this Christmas stuff, right?
This is the time of year where everything else in my life winds to a halt, and it all goes toward putting energies into Christmas. We just finally put our tree up today. So,
oh my goodness, that's kind of late.
Yeah.
Well, that Jose is putting it up now.
We're not having Christmas till January 11. Remember?
Well, there you go.
So there's no rush, but it definitely just having the tree up.
Yeah.
Changes the whole.
It does. Changes the atmosphere. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can't. That's all cool. Renee, I was actually about putting the tree up. Some of Renee's Cuban Hispanic folks, buddies that she works with, they don't put the tree up until the day before Christmas. It's kind of
there are families that do that.
Three Kings thing.
Wow, cool.
That's
pretty wild. My wife's family did that, but they had a farm that had trees on it. And her dad would go out with a mule and a sled, go out into the woods and find a tree, and he'd spend the first several months before that scouting out one, so he'd know where to go look. But he would go out with the sled the day before Christmas and cut it down and bring it back with that with his mules and sled, and then they decorated that on Christmas Eve. So
she said they their tradition, some of their tradition is that it's basically Santa Claus brings the tree.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Or Santa somebody.
Yeah. One of Santa's goons.
Yes.
Ho, ho,
Well,
ho.
every year I would, or actually for quite a few years, I would put together, because I'm a big Lego fan, I would put together a Lego Winter Village, take the dining room table and do it, precede it with a Halloween themed one, and then I'd switch it out.
Switch
So it would have like the train going around the tracks, it would
Oh, that's
have the
cool.
post office, all that stuff. Pretty involved. It's like a 6-foot table. Until we got my brother's cat who likes to hockey puck all the pieces. So
yeah.
I
Yeah,
kept
all those
losing
pieces are on the
pieces, so
floor.
I kind of stopped doing it. But
Yeah.
eventually I like to redo it again. But
Yeah.
it's fun. It's just,
Yeah. Yeah. Those things. Cats like to play with trees. That's for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
anything that's in
videos,
their
yeah.
way.
the tinsel. They like to play with the tinsel. No,
I have
Yeah,
shiny
a
ball.
video.
We had to quit using tinsel because my cat used to eat it all the time. And
And then sometimes
Pooping
it would
out
come
there.
out the other end, right?
oh
Yeah.
yes, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I
The
have a
cat or
video
Roland's other end? I think it was
The
Roland.
cat's other
Yeah.
end, yeah.
Okay.
All right. This Sunday, the Silver Sunday crew are going to talk about the comic book Christmas list. Every year this time around, we are making Christmas lists. What do we want for Christmas? If our characters made lists, what would be on them? We might speculate about what some Marvel and DC characters are too, but we're certainly going to focus on what the Silverline characters would have on their list. Next Tuesday and next Wednesday are going to be holiday days. There will be, for those of you who need your Silverline fix, they're going. I've already got them scheduled. I've already got replays scheduled, so you can get your holiday fix for the 23rd and 24th. That's next Tuesday and Wednesday.
And then the following week, New Year's Eve.
And we're going to have a party. We will have a party that day. So we
Tuesday,
will still be live.
The Tuesday
Yeah.
we will be having an art show where we'll be doing some sketching
On the 23rd?
Not the 23rd. We're off
30th. The 30th.
the
Yeah,
30th.
yeah.
We will be
that's-
having that, and we'll have the girl from Madness Network will also be on doing.
Oh,
I talked to Jose.
Is that the 30-minute? Is that the 30-minute sketch?
No. That's Tommy doing that.
That's my group.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
This one's called Eve Party, the speed drawing contest. So,
See,
Tommy,
I
you should
pitched-
join that one.
I pitched to Jose. I said, on the stream, I said we should make Ron and Tim and Brett do the drawing.
Oh,
And we
and then y'all figure out what they are.
We should be the critics on that.
Yeah,
Oh my
that'd be
God.
fun. Yeah, you should do that.
You should do that. You should do that at least once, because you're gonna have plenty of time to do speed drawing. So you should make them at least do a 15-minute, 20-minute drawing. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna say
And then
that
try to
you-
guess what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
that you're a big proponent for that. Awesome.
I absolutely am. So
It'd
yeah.
be very entertaining.
So, all right. Well, for those that we don't see on Sunday, we'll see you next time around. But you know what we like to do when we end these streams? We like
Merry
to say,
Christmas. Oh, I meant
Make mine Silverline.
Good night, everyone.
Hey everyone, this is Jose Marzan Jr., anchor for Marvel and DC, and make mine Silverline.